Hey guys, this is an update on Dash. Hopefully everyone had a great 4th of July weekend. I know I did. And looks like the holiday weekend has at least somewhat tranquilized the market. We haven't really seen as much volatility this week as we had been seeing last week. We've obviously the stock market made most of the headlines. We had quite a pullback that ended last week, but we've had somewhat of a promising looking rebound since. We're going to revisit that in a couple of moments here, but this is Dash, and we were counting this potentially as a 5-wave impulse up, and that's how I will continue to count it. That's what it looks like to me. There is a chance that this is actually an ABC or maybe an ABC, not totally sure. So that red alternate pattern is still here. I know I'm not showing a red alternate pattern. This is actually the remnants of our previous pattern, but alas, we have what could be 5 up, possibly a correction down a little bit deeper than ideal. And if we can get back up through our peak that we hit on June 26th, that would be a good sign to encourage us that we may be off to rally. So expect our third wave to take us to $60 to $64 with a final top somewhere around $67, $66 to $70. Otherwise, if we are going to fall down and have a lower low, well, it would need to start happening right now, because the longer this takes, the less strong of a setup we see in either direction. Other coins are also in a similarly ambiguous pattern where this is still best identified as an impulse and a 3-wave pullback, especially if you count this as an A, B, and C. This is Bitcoin, of course, 30-minute chart. And well, the action since hasn't been particularly encouraging, but it leans bullish. This could be a nested 1-2 setup with a little bit more action to come to give us more upside. So if I put our fib extension tool here, we've gotten to about the ideal nested 1-2 first subwave of our larger wave 3. Ethereum has well, looks a little bit more promising, a little bit more upside action, although here too it's a little ambiguous. Is this really the 5th wave top? That is how I would probably count it. So I would move this down to here and move our first wave up to here. And I'll also touch a little bit on some of the other coins. Bitcoin Cash, we've been consolidating. We never had as much bullish action to the upside in that one. And finally, we have Chainlink, which I like pointing out because it often, well, it has been giving us early signals of impending inflection points, and really not much going on here at all. It looks like a bit of a nothing burger. So that is what we are looking at on the short-term chart. If we can break through the high of June 26th, that would give us a lot more confidence that we are off and on our way. So as I alluded to earlier, the stock market has been in at least somewhat of a more encouraging posture. So I'm going to zoom out. This is the ES mini futures. The reason I cover the stock market in a lot of my crypto videos is that the two asset classes have been pretty closely tied together. They have a lot of common inflection points. As a matter of fact, I covered this in my video several days back called the everything top. Check that out if you're curious. But several asset classes have aligned pretty well, at least with their major bottoms and major tops. And here we have, well, we hit a low here. This wasn't quite as low as what we hit earlier on. We had our actual bottom hit on June 17th. Seems like a long time ago. Crypto's also had at least a local bottom in that place, in that spot. And ever since then, we may have 5 up, may not be. We've had a pullback, so this could be a big corrective wave. Regardless, this looks like it could be a 5-wave rally up. You can actually count the micros in here, a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we may be in the midst of some kind of a 2nd wave correction. So there's some at least encouraging action in the at least in the stock market space. If that happens, the rest of this structure will very likely continue in impulsive fashion. Maybe the stock market gets up to the 4,100 region, something like that. However, the whole thing could be an ABC fake out rally. So that is what is going on there. It's not the best sign for the long-term perspective, but we're going to have to let things develop out. So this is our big picture chart. This chart, along with the other chart, is available. Both of these are available in the description below. So check out the links if you are curious, but this really hasn't changed much at all. We haven't really broken any support. We haven't invalidated anything. This still looks like a bottom. We have a divergence in the MACD, as you see below, and we still expect to complete in 5-wave impulsive fashion. So I'm going to go over the red pattern real quick first. This you guys are already familiar with. We look at our big picture long-term history of Dash as well as Bitcoin and Ethereum. We had our first wave peak sometime maybe in 2014 or 2013, depending on what you're looking at. And we are calling this a diagonal structure. That is because each of these 5 waves up appears to be manifesting in zigzag fashion. So you have these 3-wave ABC structures within. It's very clearly visible in the first wave. You can interpret this also as such, an A, B, and a C. The fact that there's no clear, long, slow 4th wave here gives that perspective a bit more credibility. And this looks like a really big 4th wave that has also unfolded in corrective fashion. Doesn't look like most obvious impulsive structure. And depending on where you consider the bottom of our 4th wave, it could be back here. This could be an A, B, and a C wave top. Could be a B wave, or this could be the bottom of the 4th wave here. We have one more final rally to go that will take the form of an ABC rally, because again, each of the subwaves of the bigger picture have been in 3-wave form. And in that case, we would ideally not break our support of 34.20, and we would finish in one final C wave. So again, 4th wave bottom here for red, A wave up, B wave down, and a 5-wave impulse structure for 5th wave to complete the C wave and possibly the everything top. Now, the orange alt pattern calls for us having, well, not having finished this 4th wave correction yet. So orange pattern says that this is an A wave, B wave, and a C wave, and things could get ugly if we do actually follow the orange alternate pattern. There is a chance that, well, we could get down to 23 or even down to 10. That would be the 1-to-1 ratio of this A wave to the C wave, which is a common equivalence. So watch out below if that happens. The only coin we have seen that kind of action so far has been EOS. There may be some smaller ones that have seen that kind of action, but right now it's not looking like the strongest possibility, but it's strong enough that it's definitely there. Maybe a 30-70 chance, something like that. Now, there is the caveat that we could actually dip below the support line and still maintain our red primary. The reason for that is because this is not a 1-2. As you guys are aware by now, again, this is a corrective wave. So we'd expect an A, B, C. And in that case, your B wave can extend beyond the origin point of your A wave. Unlike with an impulse, where if this is a 1 and a 2, your 2 cannot retrace more than 100%. The B wave could. So we could actually dip a little bit below and still complete with a furious rebound for our 5-wave impulse that would complete the structure. My expectations haven't changed at all since our last update. I would expect us to get in this region here somewhere between $108 and about 192, 198, and it should be clearly impulsive. So we should expect a 5-wave structure into that box. Once we get a pullback correctively, 3-wave pullback, that would be a great place to deploy any lump sums of cash you have, or to make more aggressive plays, that whole thing, because that would at least get us launched pretty high up. We still have our confluences at the top. We'll obviously have a strong resistance at our all-time high that we hit of about, looks like 1610. So if we can clear that 1610 number, perhaps we get up to that, well, the upper 2000 range, maybe 3000, something like that. So right now we, again, have a long way to go. If you're looking to take action, you're itching to do so, don't panic. If you have too much tied up in Dash, I've been saying the same thing. Be careful with altcoins. If you like one, diversify into many of them, unless you're talking about Bitcoin or Ethereum. It's too risky to have everything in one spot. If you're holding through a massive loss at the moment, the only thing I could recommend is that perhaps you reallocate some of your Dash funds into other different coins, such as Bitcoin Cash or Chainlink, Polkadot, Stellar, numerous different options out there. Just because if and when we have a rebound, you never know which coin will outperform. Sometimes something outperforms that you didn't expect, and other times some coins will go offline. The project will shut down, whatever. Don't want to be caught in that situation. So I'll have plenty of updates coming our way. Subscribe so that you don't miss those. And if you enjoyed my video, don't forget to give me a like. Until next time, thank you for watching and happy trading.